I'm very pleased to welcome in the third member of our team this afternoon, Paige Mackenzie. You'll be with us throughout today's show, so let's get to it. Most anticipated storyline, Paige, of the upcoming season.
You mentioned it. There's a lot that's happened in this off-season. It just feels like yesterday that we watched Rory McIlroy win the FedEx Cup. So it was only a couple weeks ago. But I am looking forward to watching him play next season, and more specifically at the Masters. We watched him hole out that final bunker shot at the Masters last year, where he celebrated in style and talked about being the happiest or most excited he's been on the golf course in a very long time. Fast forward to what has inspired him through the remainder of the season, and I cannot wait to see him back at Augusta trying to complete the career Grand Slam.
It feels like next season could just be the season. That is always one of the most anticipated storylines, but the way that he has been playing, especially coming off the end of last season, oh my gosh, wouldn't it just be great? I think there's so much to dive into with the upcoming season, especially coming off what we've just had of PGA Tour versus Live. But I genuinely am very fascinated to see how these new enhancements that are going to be made, that have been made by the PGA Tour schedule in response to Live, and how that is all going to unfold. You know, will we have those desired effects? We've got those top 20 players in PIP, who separately is very fascinating how that will all unfold, but they are guaranteed to be playing in the same field at least 20 times next season. So will we have the big guys going head-to-head more regularly on a Sunday? We saw it at the FedEx Cup, we saw it at Wentworth a little bit with Shane Lowry and Rory. It does make for such brilliant golf. How privy as well will we be to that top 20 PIP system? Will we get to see it every week, the PIP standings? Will it be a monthly thing? Will we not know at all? And at the end of the season, will we just see who gets part of that $100 million prize fund? It's very different. It's a PGA Tour that we've never seen before, or perhaps we may not notice the differences at all. I'm just a bit interested to see how the dynamic unfolds.
It would be nice if PIP was proved to be as transparent as the new official World Golf Rankings are, which to me are the most fascinating and probably underplayed element of the season that's coming up, because we've gone into a new system now where it's calculated in a very different manner. It takes out all of the inherent bias that was in the old system, where tours could apply a certain minimum number of points to the winner of each of their events if it didn't otherwise meet that threshold based on the quality of the field. And you're going to see a lot of belly aching from a lot of different tours around the world that are accustomed to essentially being artificially inflated. We're already seeing it a lot from voices over in Europe over the last few weeks. I mean, Shane Lowry won 38 points as the first place finisher in the BMW PGA Championship at the weekend. 2 years ago, Tyrrell Hatton won 60 points for that. Now, on the flip side of that, Billy Horschel last year won 36 points for that. So it tends to move around, but there's definitely going to be much more clarity and a lack of kind of parochial bias in the world rankings as we move forward. There's not going to be a thumb on the scale that artificially inflates any tour, and that has a knock-on effect on a lot of different things. People who qualify for the Masters, the whole Live narrative will be impacted by this as well, as players rise and fall, because the new rankings are based not just on how you play, but who you play against.
Yeah, what do you think, Paige? Because it does feel like the landscape of the professional game, and particularly the PGA Tour, will certainly be feeling a little bit different this season.
Well, I feel like we're just in a place where the earth is shifting. And there is a little bit of instability in knowing what's going to happen moving forward, especially with the Live narrative. I don't anticipate that the world rankings. I think the discussion's still going to be going back to whether the Live players will be receiving it at any point in moving forward. I don't know if the average viewer is going to notice much of a difference in the world ranking or in the PIP, to be honest, Anna. I think when we look at it, most of these players are playing all of the big events. Where I think we're going to notice it the most is a player like Rory McIlroy, who only teed it up 16 times this year. Now will have to be obligated to play 20 times. With him spearheading that movement and these new kind of elevated events and PIP guaranteeing that those top players will be playing in them, I think it's exciting for the viewer. So if anything, I'm very much looking forward to that as well.